So let's say you figured out your cash flow. Great. You solved the first problem. Now comes the part that separates high earners from actual wealth builders, because earning the money is offense. Allocating it is how you win the game. What do you do with the excess? In finance, we call that capital allocation. And in my opinion, it may be the single most important wealth building skill a high earner can develop. Because the real question is not, how much do you make? It's, where does the excess go next? Every dollar has to get a job. Some dollars should attack debt. Some should buy future growth. Some should sit in cash so life doesn't force you into bad decisions. Some may go towards real estate, a business, or future opportunities. But if you don't assign the job, your lifestyle usually will. And here's where people get things tripped up. They assume there is one universally right answer. There isn't. This is where general advice starts to break, because the right move for a 38-year-old executive with RSUs, young kids, a mortgage, and maybe a future business idea may be completely different from someone with the same income, but a different life. Same income, different balance sheet, different cash flow, different answer. That's why generic advice can be dangerous. Not because it's always wrong, because it may be wrong for you. Good strategy is contextual, always. And the order matters. The mix matters. The timing matters. Because not all assets serve the same purpose. Some grow, some produce income, some provide liquidity, some create tax advantages, some do multiple. And if you're making those decisions in a vacuum, you're guessing. And this is where seemingly smart financial decisions can quietly become bad ones. Here's a simple example. And to be clear, that is not me saying a Roth 401k is bad. A Roth 401k can be excellent. But I see high earners automatically default into Roth contributions because they heard tax-free growth is always better. Maybe, but maybe not. If you're in a very high tax bracket today, the question becomes, are you paying taxes now at a rate you may not actually face later? That's not a Roth problem. That's a planning problem. But tax planning is not the only place people get this wrong. The other trap I see all the time, building wealth on paper without building flexibility in real life. This is the part nobody likes to say out loud. You can be worth millions on paper and still feel boxed in. Big home equity, big retirement accounts, big tax bill, big lifestyle, but not enough flexible capital. That is not financial freedom. That is financial success with handcuffs. Let me say that again because I want it to land. Financial success with handcuffs. You've built the thing, you just can't fully use it. And then life happens. You want to start a business, take a sabbatical, buy an investment property, help family, pursue an opportunity. And you realize your wealth is trapped. Wealth without liquidity is a balance sheet you can't fully use. So no, building wealth is not just about accumulating assets. It's about building the right mix of assets, ones that grow, ones that support flexibility, ones that fit your actual life plan. Cash flow tells you what you have to deploy. The balance sheet tells you whether your money is doing its job. Capital allocation is the bridge between the two.